Welcome back, Lynchburg Hornet family. I am Lawrencia Moten, and I have the pleasure of sitting here with Jordan Brown. Now, Jordan, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Awesome. So now yesterday you had your season opener. Obviously, it wasn't the ideal outcome, but are there any positive takeaways that you left with?
Well, definitely wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but with every game, we learn more about each other and how we play with each other. And it's definitely I do think we grew a lot yesterday and we saw more about what we need to focus on and work on this week of practice going into this weekend of games again.
Awesome. So now you mentioned, learning more about each other and growing more as a team. So your team is pretty young. Overall, you have a lot of freshmen, which means that that's a lot of new faces, a lot of new personalities, and just people to get to know. So how has that been, acclimating yourself to all these new people?
It has actually been really, really fun. We all get together extremely well. And it's nice. It has kind of sucked because we haven't been able to do the team bonding like we normally do because of COVID and everything. But we've been doing as much as we can. And just like at practice and stuff, being able to play with each other and learn more about each other every day has been really fun.
Awesome. So now you are a sophomore, and last year you had a pretty successful season. You batted over 300, which is awesome. Take me back to last year. How was it playing on the collegiate level for the first time?
It was really exciting. It was definitely nerve-wracking too, because just you never know what's going to happen and when you're going to get your chance and your opportunity. And I just had it in my mind from the first game that whenever I did get my chance, that I needed to take advantage of it because I didn't know how many opportunities I would get. So when I got my opportunities, I just kind of did the best I could. I tried to relax and have fun and just do what I could.
Awesome. I love that. Relax and have fun. So obviously you've grown, as a player and just in general, So, but is there anything that last year you weren't as comfortable with that maybe you've worked on this summer that you are more comfortable with?
I would say overall, just stepping up because last year coming in as a freshman, especially because all the other outfielders were seniors, it was just me and Gracie and then that seniors. So we both kind of felt like we couldn't, not that we couldn't say anything because they do take everybody's voice and their opinions and everything in, but it was just kind of hard to step up being two of the only freshmen out of the seniors in your group. And now this year it's completely flopped. Me and Gracie are the sophomores and the rest of them are freshmen. Them under our wing and talk to them how the seniors talked to us last year. And it's just a lot has grown in a year and our roles have completely flipped.
Awesome. So now tell me more about that, being a sophomore, but having that senior leadership role. How have you been able to, step into those shoes so well?
It has been fun. And it definitely has helped me and Gracie become a lot closer because we've worked together to do that. And we've been trying to do stuff with the freshman outfielders outside of softball and trying to grow with them that way too. And we talk every day, we text every day as a group, and we have grown a lot and it has been really fun. And it's so enjoyable doing it with them and being with them every day.
Awesome. So now taking you back to this summer, obviously 2020 was not the way that any of us expected. We have COVID, and actually I played D1 basketball. And so I learned that on this level, it's a little different. You guys get to go home for the summer because we were, at school during the summer. So how was that, with facilities being closed because of quarantine, because of regulations due to COVID, but then having to, work on your craft at home remotely? How was that for you?
It was not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. When we first got sent home, it was difficult because everything was completely shut down. We couldn't even go to the gym. So it was a lot of just working at home and doing what you can with what you have around. So it made it fun and pretty interesting. And then things started to open up and it got easier as time went on. I got to work with some of my old coaches one-on-one throughout the summer. So that was nice. I definitely got some one-on-one time. I worked a lot with my dad at home and just doing whatever we could, whatever was open, and then the gym getting back open and being able to go there again. And as time went on, things got easier. But at the beginning, it was definitely difficult with literally everything being closed and you just had to work with what you had at home.
Awesome. Yeah. So speaking of home, we actually have something in common. I'm from Maryland, and so are you. So you're from
Mhm.
Clements, Maryland, which is about like 3 hours and 30 minutes away from here. So why'd you choose University of Lynchburg as your institution?
Well, it was actually funny because this is the first school that I actually like came to visit and look at.
Awesome.
And like just from the get-go, I just loved it. It felt like home. The coaches took me in from day one, even when from day one they really didn't even know much about me or anything. They hadn't really seen me play yet. But when I came on campus, they made me feel so welcome. They showed me everything. They continued to stay in touch with me, come to games, come to tournaments. And I loved the campus. I loved the location and everyone here. I loved the coaches, all the facilities, and the softball team in general. You know, if the program has such a great past and such good things about it. We have such a great coaching staff, and everything I just loved about it, and no school came close to comparing to it.
Wow, I hear that's like a common thread, like it just felt like home, which is so
Yeah.
awesome. And you're not too far away from home, which is cool too.
Mm-mm.
That's why I love being here because I can just go home if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's awesome. So now moving forward, you have a game on February 26th. That's your next game. So what things as a team do you guys need to alter to have a different outcome this time?
I think this week we'll probably focus a lot more on our hitting. Our defense was pretty solid, and we didn't have much for errors, which is always nice. Our hitting started to get better as we went on, and it also comes with just seeing more pitches and live at bats and just having that game exposure. I mean, a lot of us haven't played in a year or
Yeah.
so, some over a year. So, being in a game, it was very different for a lot of people, and we just have to get back into the swing of that. And I think just more game exposure and seeing different pitchers, through every single game, I think it's going to come back very quickly.
Awesome. Yeah. So obviously, as you just mentioned, people haven't been playing softball, at least not against different competition. During Hornet Cup, you guys were able to play against each other, but that's
Mhm.
totally different, obviously. So how was that for you playing against different competition finally?
It was very exciting. I mean, we scrimmage a lot and we do live stuff a lot, and it's always fun and it's always exciting. But yes, we do face the same pitchers every time because we're just facing each other. So it was nice to see something else. It was nice to like actually play in a game, like everything we've worked so hard for, not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing if we'd even have a season coming into all of this. And it was just so nice to see like all of our hard work is going to pay off. We are going to play, we are going to have a season, and it's all just coming out.
I love that. Yes, all of your hard work is definitely going to
Mhm.
pay off. So moving forward, we are obviously in the year of 2021. We have finally made it. So are there any personal goals that you have for this year?
Um, I would say just personally to keep growing as just overall as a person, as a player, as a student here, and just to continue to get better every single day overall.
Awesome. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Jordan, for sitting down and talking to me. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
Thank you.